And this is what makes the process sacred, because the blessing that is coming is never just about material gain or outward success. It is about transformation, alignment, and purpose. When God sets a woman apart for something big, He does not simply hand her the reward, He shapes her into the kind of person who can sustain it. That shaping is why the signs are so necessary. They are not random disruptions, they are intentional shifts meant to mold her for the new season she is stepping into. Think about how a seed grows. Before it can break the soil and reveal new life, it must first endure darkness, pressure, and confinement beneath the surface. Nobody applauds the seed while it is hidden. Nobody celebrates the work happening underground. Yet, all the while, the seed is being prepared for the moment it breaks through. In the same way, when a woman is on the verge of a blessing, her hidden season often feels silent, heavy, and even forgotten. But just like the seed, her breakthrough is being prepared in silence, and when the time is right, she will emerge with evidence that she has not been buried, she has been planted. It is in these hidden seasons that faith is tested most deeply. A woman may ask herself why she feels so stretched, why the weight of responsibility feels so heavy, or why the path ahead seems unclear. But the hidden season is where God grows her faith from theory into reality. It is one thing to talk about trust and another thing to live it when everything familiar has been stripped away. Trust that is never tested remains shallow, but trust that survives the storms becomes unshakable. That kind of trust becomes the very foundation she will need to carry the blessing without fear. Sometimes the blessing itself is disguised in struggle. What looks like loss may be gain. What feels like failure may actually be training. What seems like silence may actually be strategy. For example, when people walk away, it may feel like betrayal. But in hindsight, she may see that their absence created space for divine connections that were essential to her future. When opportunities vanish, it may feel like defeat, but later she may see that those very denials kept her from settling for less than what was meant for her. The signs are not always pleasant, but they are always purposeful. And here is something every woman must remember in this season: blessings are not fragile. If something is meant for her, no force can stop it. No delay can destroy it. No opposition can cancel it. What God has set aside cannot be stolen. The only thing that can shift the outcome is her willingness to keep walking, even when she doesn't understand the path. Too often, the enemy tries to convince her that the delay means denial or that the silence means abandonment. But in reality, it is simply the space where faith has to lead. In this waiting, in this stretching, there are also whispers of encouragement. If she pays attention, it may be a word spoken by someone unexpectedly. It may be a scripture that leaps out to her at just the right moment. It may be an opportunity that feels small but arrives precisely when she needs it most. These are the breadcrumbs of grace, small signs that she is not forgotten, that she is still on track, that heaven is still moving even when she cannot see the full picture. The weight of preparation can sometimes feel overwhelming, but it is important to understand that it is never wasted. Every lesson learned in this season is equipping her for the next. The patience she builds now will help her lead with grace. The humility she develops now will keep her grounded when the blessing elevates her. The resilience she practices now will strengthen her when challenges arise in her new season. Nothing is wasted. Every tear, every trial, every sleepless night, all of it becomes material for the masterpiece being built. And there will come a moment, often quiet and unannounced, when everything suddenly begins to align. The same woman who once felt overlooked will realize she was being hidden for protection. The same woman who once cried over closed doors will find herself walking through doors she didn't even knock on. The same woman who once questioned whether she was strong enough will discover she has been carrying strength all along. This shift doesn't always come with fireworks. Sometimes it comes with a deep sense of knowing that the season has changed, a peace that settles in her spirit, a joy that returns unexpectedly, a confidence that feels unshakable. That is the evidence that the blessing is no longer distant. It is here, but here is something that often surprises women when the blessing finally arrives. It feels heavier than expected. Blessings are beautiful, but they are also weighty. The promotion comes with new responsibility. The opportunity comes with greater visibility. The answered prayer comes with new challenges. This is why the preparation was so essential, because the blessing is not just about receiving, it is about sustaining. Without the season of shaping, the weight of the blessing could crush her. But with the preparation, she can carry it with grace, wisdom, and strength. This is where gratitude becomes vital. Gratitude keeps her heart soft. Gratitude reminds her that the blessing is not the end goal, but a part of a larger story. Gratitude shifts her focus from what she lacks to what she carries. And when she remains grateful, she can walk in the blessing without entitlement, without pride, and without fear of losing it. Gratitude keeps her aligned with the one who gave the blessing in the first place. It's also important to remember that blessings are not always just for her. Sometimes the blessing is designed to flow through her to others. The opportunities she receives may open doors for those around her. The strength she develops may inspire someone else to rise from their own storm. The wisdom she gains may become guidance for others who are lost. The blessing is never meant to be hoarded, it is meant to be multiplied. And when she recognizes that her blessing has the power to bless others, she walks in her purpose with even greater fulfillment. There will be moments when she looks back and realizes why the struggle was so intense. She will see that the battles she fought privately were the very things that made her capable of standing publicly. She will see that the tears she cried in silence watered the soil for her future harvest. She will see that the nights she felt forgotten were the nights she was being strengthened. Nothing will look wasted anymore because every piece will reveal itself as part of a perfect plan. The woman on the verge of a blessing must also guard her heart and mind in this season. Not everyone will understand the signs she is experiencing. Not everyone will support the changes she is making. Some may doubt her, others may criticize, and some may even distance themselves. But this is not a reflection of her worth. It is simply evidence that the blessing is not for everyone to understand. Some people will not be able to walk with her into the next season, and that is okay. The path to a big blessing often requires walking lighter, carrying fewer attachments, and focusing more clearly on the purpose ahead. And when discouragement tries to creep in, she must remember that what she feels is not always the truth. Feelings shift, but the promise remains steady. Doubts rise, but destiny remains intact. Fear knocks, but faith holds the key. When she anchors herself not in feelings, but in faith, she finds stability even in the midst of uncertainty. As the process continues, she may also notice that her prayers change. In the beginning, she may have prayed for answers, for quick solutions, for immediate relief. But as she matures in the waiting, her prayers begin to shift. Instead of asking for escape, she asks for endurance. Instead of asking for clarity, she asks for trust. Instead of asking for speed, she asks for strength. This shift in prayer is another sign of preparation. It shows that her heart is aligning not just with what she wants, but with what she truly needs for the blessing ahead. And when that alignment happens, when her desires match divine timing, the release of the blessing is unstoppable. It will not come a moment too late or a moment too soon. It will come precisely when she is ready, even if she doesn't feel ready. Because readiness is not about perfection, it is about willingness. It is about having the courage to step into something unknown, trusting that the same God who prepared her will also sustain her. There is also beauty in understanding that the blessing is not always one massive event. Sometimes it unfolds piece by piece, layer by layer. A small opportunity today leads to a bigger one tomorrow. A connection made in passing becomes the doorway to something greater months later. A decision that seemed insignificant in the moment ends up changing everything. The blessing often arrives like a sunrise, gradually, steadily, until suddenly the whole landscape is bathed in light. And yet, even as the blessing unfolds, the signs don't disappear. Seasons of stretching, seasons of waiting, seasons of conviction and surrender. They will appear again because growth is not a one-time event. Each new level comes with new preparation. Each new blessing requires fresh strength. The signs are not just for one breakthrough. They are a pattern of divine alignment that will repeat throughout her journey. This is why awareness matters so much. A woman who recognizes the signs does not waste time in confusion. She does not let discouragement convince her she is forgotten. She does not mistake delay for denial. Instead, she walks with steady confidence, knowing that the very signs that once felt heavy are actually proof that she is chosen, the proof that she is seen, proof that she is being prepared for more. And there is a calm strength in knowing this, that she is never walking blind. The signs are not there to tease her, they are there to guide her. They are the evidence that heaven has already written her story and that she is simply walking it out step by step. The blessing ahead may be beyond her imagination, but the signs along the way are proof that it is real, that it is coming, and that she is not alone. And so, when a woman begins to recognize these patterns in her own life, She should not be afraid of the shifts, the losses, or the challenges. They are not indicators of failure. We are the markers of transition. They are the subtle reminders that something is happening beneath the surface, even if she cannot yet see it. Too often, the human mind wants proof, wants certainty, wants visible evidence. But the deepest truths rarely arrive with loud announcements. They arrive quietly, like whispers on the wind. We like gentle nudges in the heart, like signs that keep showing up until they cannot be ignored. One of the most powerful realizations in this journey is that timing is not in her control. And that is a good thing. Because if she had received the blessing at an earlier stage, she might not have been ready to handle it. She may have squandered it, misused it, or carried it in a way that caused harm instead of healing. Waiting is not punishment, it is grace disguised as delay. It is God's way of ensuring that what she receives, she can also sustain. That kind of preparation may feel frustrating in the moment, but it is actually protection. And let's talk about protection for a moment, because when a blessing is coming, protection always increases. Suddenly, she may find herself being pulled out of situations she thought she wanted. She may feel blocked from paths she was eager to pursue. At first, this feels like restriction, but over time, she realizes it was preservation. The blessing that is on its way is too valuable to be compromised by distractions, too significant to be tangled with what was never meant for her. Protection may not always look like favor, but in hindsight, it always reveals itself as love. There is also a deep refinement that takes place in these moments. A woman may begin to notice her character being tested more than usual. She may encounter situations that press on her patience, challenge her integrity, or demand her humility. These are not random inconveniences. They are intentional tests designed to strengthen her foundation. Because when the blessing comes, the spotlight may also come. Influence may increase, responsibility may expand, and without a refined character, the blessing could become a burden. Refinement ensures that the blessing does not corrupt, but instead empowers her to lead, to serve, and to inspire with grace. And the interesting thing is, refinement often happens through people. Sometimes the very individuals who frustrate her, who misunderstand her, or who even hurt her become instruments of her growth. They are the chisels that shape her patience, the mirrors that reveal her weaknesses, the catalysts that push her closer to God. She may not see it in the moment, but later she will realize that even those who opposed her were unknowingly helping her prepare for what was to come. Opposition does not cancel the blessing. In many cases, it accelerates it by sharpening her strength. This is